All right, today we're going to break down something super important about how your website gets found online. But don't worry, we're not diving into a bunch of boring code. Instead, we're going to tell a simple story. It's all about a library, a robot, and yeah, your website. Let's get into it. So, let me ask you something right off the bat. I want you to really think about your website for a second. Is it a well organized library where everything is easy to find? Or is it kind of like a confusing maze that people get lost in? The answer to that is a bigger deal than you might think. To really get this, let's just imagine for a moment. Picture your website not as pages and links, but as a giant physical library. Every single blog post, every product page, every piece of content you've ever created, it's a book sitting on a shelf, just waiting for someone to find it. Okay, so you've got this library. Now, picture this. A friendly little robot visitor zips through the front door. We'll call it Googlebot. Its entire job is to be an amazing librarian. It zooms through your library, reads all your books, and then its job is to run back out and tell the world, hey, I found the perfect book for you over in this library. It's literally the bridge between your great stuff and the people looking for it. But here's where things can go wrong. What happens if you just let this friendly robot wander into your huge library with no map, no signs, no directions whatsoever? Well, it gets lost. It gets confused. And a confused robot, well, it can't really do its job very well, can it? Think about it. Without any guidance, our poor little Googlebot just wastes precious time. It might wander down into the basement, where you keep all your old, dusty, irrelevant pages. It might try to open locked doors to private, staff-only rooms like your admin login pages, which are totally useless for the public. It might even get so confused it reads the exact same book 3 times because of duplicate pages. And here's the worst part. It could completely miss that amazing new exhibit you set up on the top floor, your best, newest content. All that confusion means your best stuff just isn't getting seen. Okay, don't panic. It sounds bad, but luckily there's a super simple fix. We don't have to let our robot wander around lost. We can actually give it 2. Let's call them magical helpers that act as the perfect tour guides for its visit. And these 2 helpers are pretty straightforward. On one hand, you've got the rulebook, which is technically called robots.txt. This just tells the robot where it should not go. It's like putting up do not enter signs. On the other hand, you have the treasure map, or sitemap.xml. This does the opposite. It shows the robot exactly where all the good stuff is. So let's talk about that rule book first. This is you basically being a really good host. You're handing the robot a note at the front door that says, hey, welcome. So glad you're here. Just a heads up, please don't bother with the basement. The staff room is off limits. Oh, and that corner over there is under construction, so just ignore it. It saves the robot so much time and keeps it focused on what actually matters. And then you've got the treasure map, your site map. This is the really exciting part. Instead of just telling the robot where not to go, you're handing it a perfectly drawn map and saying, hey, forget wandering around. Here are all my best books. This is what's new. Follow this map, and I guarantee you'll find everything important. It's a direct path to all your most valuable content. So, what's the end result when our little robot has both the rulebook and the treasure map? Well, it's a total game changer. It's no longer lost or confused. Its visit goes from being a frustrating mess to being perfect, efficient, and honestly, kind of happy. And a happy robot becomes the best possible ambassador for your library. And this is where the magic really kicks in, because it sets off this awesome chain reaction. With clear directions, the robot finds your best stuff right away. It totally respects your boundaries and stays out of private areas. And because its visit is so quick and successful, it's able to go out and tell way more people about your awesome library. And most importantly, it helps the right readers find you. And what does all that mean for you? Well, the result is so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. When you're a good host to that little robot, you get more of the right visitors coming to your website. That leads to better search rankings because Google knows you've got the good stuff. And that, of course, leads to a much happier, much more successful website owner, which is you. Okay, so this whole story about a library and a robot is great and all, but let's connect the dots. Why does this actually matter for your website, like right now? Look, here's the main thing I want you to take away from all this. This isn't about some crazy, complicated, technical mumbo-jumbo that only developers understand. It's not. It's really just about hospitality. It's about being a good host to the little robots whose entire job is to help people find the amazing things you've put out into the world. And that brings us full circle, right back to a question for you. Now that you get the whole rulebook and treasure map idea, are they set up correctly on your site? Are you giving those helpful robots clear directions? Or are they still wandering around, lost in a maze? Because the answer to that question could be the key that unlocks your website's real potential.